Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Charlene Woodley, we're here for White Bird in a Blizzard, which is playing at Sundance this week. You've been choosing some really good, kind of beefy roles for yourself in The Descendants and in Spectacular Now. What was it about this one that was appealing? You certainly had options after those films.
Yeah, what I found, it's an Iraqi film. Greg Araki is the director, and I feel like it's sort of a rite of passage to be in one of his films. Truly, because there's no other director who makes films the way he makes them. They're all so different, and yet so clearly have his mark and have a specific tone to them. And he has such a strong point of view that I really respond to. So that was a huge draw. I kind of would do anything that he directed. And then the script itself is so poetic and so beautiful and dark and grungy and messed up and mysterious. And it also takes place in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And what a fun era to rock the docks for a little bit. It's fun.
How much did he communicate about the visuals to you?
Yeah, when you read an Iraqi script, it's like you're reading the most beautiful poem, like a beautiful 99-page poem. So it's sort of all written in there. He had ideas. He would put in between lines what song he wanted to be there, and whether or not that song made it to the final cut, it still sort of gave you this idea and this tone that he would be using throughout the movie. And also the lighting was very specific, and so everything that Greg does really caters to his unique viewing point.
And you can feel it on set. It's not like everything's done in post either.
Yeah, no, everything in Greg's films, at least in this film that I did, was on set.
So how does that help you once you're there to give you a feeling to find your moment that you're looking for?
I mean, it's kind of like life, like we're in this beautiful room in this comfy booth, and so you feel like a little bit cozy because you got some bricks behind you, and it just sort of gives you that feeling.
I'm gonna take a nap any minute now.
Right? It's environment has such a big impact on who you are as a human being, and I think as an actor that just infiltrates into the work itself.
Tell me about your character in this film.
My character, her name is Kat, and she's sort of your normal teenage girl. And in the very beginning of the film, her mother goes missing, and so she has to not only deal with becoming herself, becoming a woman, but also filling the gap of what it means to come into your own without a mother figure in your life.
Had you read the book?
I didn't read the book.
Was that a deliberate choice?
Yeah. I generally don't read books that a film is based on unless it's very specifically a direct adaptation, because generally the book inspires a screenplay, but the screenplay itself is its own entity, and things don't relate back to the novel.
There's a sexual element to your character, and that's, it's a vulnerable place to be, especially when you're gunning that fast in a film, time to get comfortable. What does Iraqi give you that lets you trust that?
Comfort. I mean, he creates an incredibly comfortable environment where you're able to just fully be yourself and feel comfortable with your body and with the scene and with the intimacy of the moments. As well as the other actors who are around really lent to a comfortable environment. So.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an exploitive sexuality. It was very raw and real, which is what I respond to, When you see a movie and somebody's having sex and has all of their clothes on, you're like, that's not the way it works in real life. So I think that there's a big difference between being exploitive sexually in films and really just accurately portraying human life.
As long as it feels real, anything, not just the sex scenes, but anything that feels real, you'll
totally. It's all about truth.
You're very busy these days.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
What are you responding to now that you're seeing that's coming your way? Sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel I've sort of always had this viewpoint on acting. If I don't do another movie for 6 years because I don't read a script that fuels something inside of me, then maybe I'm gonna go be a skydiver for the next 6 years. For me, it's not about riding some wave or jumping on the bandwagon. It's more about the art of it and the creativity that comes from something. And if I'm not right for a role, then that's not good for the movie or me. And if a movie, you're meant for something or you're not meant for something, point blank. And so until I find something that I feel like could work in the future, I'm in no rush.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Take care.